Hi darlings, this is Christina and today I have a few new and old products that I can't lie have been blowing my mind. Every single one of these has been just game changing in my makeup, so if you're interested just keep watching and let's get into it. The first new product. Now this is the new Prada Refine Primer. It states that it is a blurring primer that instantly blurs pores and minimizes the look of fine lines for smoother looking skin, primes for flawless makeup application and adhesion, extends the wear of makeup, and over time it's said to improve the overall skin look for smoother, healthier looking skin. I will show you what this looks like. It's a very interesting shape. I've never had a primer that looks like this, but it is made in France. It has 30 milliliters of product. This does contain an alpha hydroxy acid, HAA, that may increase your skin sensitivity. So make sure to wear sunscreen when you have this. It gives sunburn alert there, which I actually didn't notice until right now. I have used this product not quite a bit, like for the last few days. It is very, very perfecting. Very nice looking. Now I use this with my Clé de Peau Radiant Fluid Foundation recently, and I don't know that it was my favorite combination for whatever reason, but I purchased this one because I was in love with the Chantecaille sunscreen primer. It just left my skin so soft. However, I tend to love the Ulta MD tinted sunscreen. This is an SPF 46. It's very hydrating. This is like my ride or die. It's like the only sunscreen that I've had up until the Chantecaille one. But the problem I was having was when I used this with, it was the Dior foundation, it was starting to peel. And I was like, this one's not working so well under that foundation. And I like that foundation. And some other foundations do peel with this Ulta MD sunscreen. I think it's just very emollient. And I do have a lot of products that I use, not a lot, but there are several different products that I use on my skin in the morning, and it just didn't agree. So I wanted to get another primer that would keep from peeling, and I'm happy to report it doesn't peel with this particular combination. So it says to use a pea-sized amount. So that's about pea size. See, it's like this greenish color. It's kind of interesting, right? I feel like that's pea size. So you don't need a lot, which is nice. And I will tell you, upon application, it's very like, feels like a gel. It has a slight smell, but it smells more like skincare. I don't know. It smells really good, really fresh. It's a fresh smell, if I can say. HAA is probably why it's saying it's gonna perfect your skin over time, because it's got that little bit of acid that's kind of peeling off the dead layers of the skin. Upon looking, it does make my skin look very like soft. It's not quite the same as my Chantecaille sunscreen, but of course it's not going to be the same because that is a mixture of sunscreen, but it does feel soft. And I do feel very blurred. So I'm going to actually combine this with one of my favorite almost skin-like foundations, which is the Chantecaille Future Skin Oil-Free Gel Foundation. This is definitely like the most perfect of foundations for every day because it's not too much, but it looks so good and healthy on your skin. It's more like a medium coverage skin foundation, and it's set to wait 2 to 3 minutes, which I have done before you apply. But I will say with the fluid, the Chantecaille, when I used it yesterday at work, I had a powder at the middle of my work day. So that's the only thing I will say. I don't know. It worked, but not as well as I thought it would. I was at Bloomingdale's the other day testing all these new products and things that currently are very popular on trend right now, like the very high-end luxury things are very on trend, like the La Prairie almost $300 foundation. And look, I'm a luxury beauty content creator, so for the sake of reviewing it, I was willing to do it for you guys, right? But in my mind, I'm thinking that is the most ridiculous foundation price I could ever imagine. $300 on a foundation? Like, for real? Like, are we serious right now? I just couldn't like wrap my head around it. And I spend some money on makeup, you know what I mean? Like, I'll probably spend that like every month on, you know, luxury makeup for reviews, but on one single item. And for the regular consumer, you know, I do this to show you guys like the best. That's kind of like my mission statement. Like, I'm trying products that I think are going to be just superb and phenomenal. The things that I think are going to be worth the money, worth the value. And I just didn't think, there's no way, like, for the regular consumer, like a $280 foundation could be worth it. Like, if that's your only one and only foundation, you have to replace like every, what, maybe 6 to 8 months. If you just like that foundation and that's the one thing you want to splurge on, by all means, I am not one to judge. Do you, right? But for me, I have so many foundations that work so fantastically. And I think even for skin that is like more mature, on with my rant, I went and asked them to shade match me. And when they were shade matching me, like, I'm not saying like she wasn't into her job, but honestly, I felt like she wasn't into it as much. And I'm like, this is like almost $300. Like, I'm expecting you to be like a little more excited and like help me out a little better. And she gave me 2 options. I didn't take a picture. I'm so sorry, guys. It was the end of the day. I was trying to get in and out because I had to get a refill of my perfume at Louis Vuitton. And I wanted to get home to my family, so I wasn't taking pictures. I was there for the purpose of knowing I was going to film today, and if I even wanted to like have that as part of this video. And yeah, the colors weren't great. And when she swatched them on me, they look really dry, and I was like, no, we're not gonna do that. But I did go to Sisley and I wanted to look at that primer, that double tenue something something, and there was like nobody at the counter, and there were a lot of people like waiting. And so I was like, you know what, I wanted to try a sample and take it home and like try it with you guys, and decide if it was worth it. That's another very expensive primer that was like really hard to wrap my mind around, but I was like, you know, for the sake of the video, let me try it. But when I tried it, the sample on my hand, it was like really sticky, and I was like, ooh, this is tacky feeling. And that's not the feel that I was going for. I was liking the Chantecaille one, and I wanted to feel smooth on my skin. So I don't know about that one either. But I did try some of the Sisley products. I tried the bronzer. I swatched it. That was beautiful. I think it's a very close dupe to my Chanel Curve Doré, which is not available. That was really pretty, really golden, really sheeny. And then I tried one of their eyeshadows, and I just thought, oh, this is pretty. So I'm waiting for a Sisley sale while I'll purchase more things. But we do have one Sisley thing that I have tried and picked up. So anyways, as you can see, this looks so pretty. Look, like my foundations, I really honed in on what works for my skin. And look at this. Okay, now the Chantecaille Future Skin is really pretty on its own, but with this primer underneath, I think this may be the most beautiful foundation combination with the primer, because it's not too hydrating, but it is gripping so nicely, and I don't see any emphasis on my pores. Like, I just feel like everything is looking super duper good. So now I'm going to take the Charlotte Tilbury, I hate calling it a foundation stick, Unreal Skin Sheer Glow Tint. That is really what it, hydrating foundation stick at the very, very little print, which it should not even have it on there. It's just a sheer glow, right? But I have been loving putting this under my under eye because I feel like it just brightens, and it's such a nice thin formula that it doesn't create any texture. Do you see how it looks a little nicer? Like, my under eye just naturally looks a little more hydrated, so I feel like I don't have to use so much concealer. So this is what I like to use this for, or for a touch up during the day when I feel like maybe I need to touch up my makeup, but I don't want to use powder necessarily. This is a great touch up as well. Chantecaille concealer. This is the Camouflage Stylo corrector. I usually use this at work when I need a touch up, but because, you know, the Charlotte already kind of helped with that, I don't need so much concealer because this is very like light. Like, it does not conceal very well. It's definitely a lighter of a coverage. It's not a full coverage. So if you've got, you know, dark circles, this does not cover very well. So that's why for me it usually is a touch up, because I do have under eye circles. But since we put that Charlotte Tilbury Unreal Skin in there, I feel like I can use this and it will be just fine. That concealer is very forgiving. It's very hydrating. It's very moisturizing. And I don't want to put any powder. I just want to use, like, I want to look the most natural, meaning look like my best self. I don't necessarily care that people know I have makeup on, but I don't want to look like super cakey. Like you can see the thickness of the makeup. Like I'm too old for that. So yeah, this is really nice. Honestly, I don't think I've ever worn makeup like that. My makeup was always pretty light. It's so crazy. I get these blemishes now. It's so annoying. I'm like, how are you getting these like dark blemishes? You know, it's taking forever to fade out, but I get them around my cycle time. Every time my cycle comes around, I'm like, you know what? I want to start menopause already. And I know I'm saying things that I don't understand what I'm asking for because that comes with a whole series of things. But honestly, like, this point, now that I'm done with babies, just is an annoyance at this point. Like, I don't need it. There's no reason for it. Can I just not have it? Can I just not have it, please? That is that. I love the primer and the foundation combination. The skin feels so smooth. Ooh, I love it. Okay, now I got the Sisley LOrchidée blush illuminating highlighter. Now, I had been thinking about this product for a while now. Angela Van Rose talked about it some months ago. She did a comparison of like all three and said it was like the best blush on the market, and they're expensive. They're $130. Okay, so see, I'm willing to spend the money if it's worth it. I didn't want the coral one. I got a lot of coral blushes, highlights that I love right now. I also don't want a pink one. I have a lot of beautiful pinks that I like to use, and I don't feel like I wanted that. But I did want like the darkest color because I thought I don't have anything kind of neutrally shimmery, sheeny, you know. So I got number one. It's the darkest one of them all, and I actually ordered this before I went to Bloomingdale's, so I did have a chance to try it. Now this does have an 18-month shelf life. It has 15 grams of product. It is made in Paris. No, sorry. It's made in Italy. First of all, I'm telling you, like, a lot of people are reviewing these very pricey luxury products. More recently, I've seen tons of luxury beauty reviewers talking about these, but one in particular that was like it for me because I love her. I have been watching her forever, is Allison Chase, and she finally bit the bullet on the coral one, and she said it was so beautiful, and I think that's number 3. It's number 3, and it looked really pretty on her, and she said it was worth it because we write each other in the comments. She's so sweet to always respond, and I was like, I'm gonna wait for a sale. But I had to order some things from Nordstrom's, and I decided I'm just gonna get it because I can make this into a video to help you guys decide, because this is something that's a permanent product. It's not a limited edition, which is so nice. So this is the product. Ooh, so pretty. Isn't this pretty? It is so gorgeous. This is luxury, right? Like everything about it. It's got that flower, I believe it is. It's like exactly where the blush is. Like, so pretty. Just swatch it for you. It's got several different colors within this blush, so it makes for a beautiful color. So that's it there. Now I'm going to try it on, and I'm going to try a newer brush that I have actually been loving. This is the Bobo Chikuhodo CH1 brush. This is mixed with squirrel and goat hair. It's extremely soft, very beautiful. So if you have a blush that's very pigmented and you want to dispense it very lightly, very naturally, this is a great brush to have. It's kind of tapered, so it fits so perfectly within the cheek. So I'm going to take a little, and what I noticed about this product is that I kept building and building, and it never started to look bad on my skin. It wasn't as dark as I thought it would be. It really is such a pretty product. And do I think it's worth the $130? I do. I think definitely try to get on sale, okay? Because Sisley does have sales throughout the year, and I think they're just coming in the next few months. But this is so nice on the skin. I'd say it's more like the Chanel Fantasy Day Chanel, but with less like glitter particles. But like I said, you can build and build, and it never really looks cakey on your skin. Like, this formula is so pretty. It's so pretty. So if you are someone who has drier skin or who, you know, texture, this is a beautiful luminous formula that will not enhance it. So I'm gonna bring you guys as close as I can so you can see how this looks on my skin. Like, look, I'm smiling. You see a little bit of my wrinkles, but you don't see how it like settling into my fine lines. And that's what I think is the amazing thing about this blush. Look, it looks just blurring and beautiful. And it's not a limited edition. It's a permanent collection. And I think it's a very neutral color for someone of my skin tone. It's kind of interesting that this was #1 because it's the darkest of the colors. It is a beautiful color for medium skin. See? Now, if you're deeper in skin tone, I'm trying to see. Is this, let me see how much I can build it up. I think this may be, honestly, that's the thing that they probably need to work on, is getting some deeper, richer tones, because I don't think medium rich skin tone, this is going to be a suitable color for you, because it's still just a little too light, in my personal opinion. So that is the only caveat. They definitely need some more color options, some deeper color options for people of all skin tones. This definitely is more geared toward or catered toward medium to fair skin. I hate to say it, but that is what I feel. There's only 3 blush colors and they're all, this is the darkest color and it's not that dark, right? So yeah. Last things I tried are the new Valentino Colorgraph. So they're eyeliners. They have one side with the liner, and I got 2 colors. Green Stravaganza, which has a little bit of a glitter finish. They both actually do, the ones I chose. And brown Fondant. And initially I first just purchased the green and I loved it so much I purchased the brown, which is kind of perfect. I'm actually wearing it right now. So I'm not gonna put this on right now, but you'll see it in future videos. It also has a little brush. What I love about these, okay, and I'm gonna show you a swatch. This is definitely more of a cooler brown, but it's very nice. It like matches my hair right now. So I think a warmer color actually matches less, even though I love a warm liner. This actually works really well with like the sandy color, which I was always planning to go back to a color that's more my color. And the green, which is so pretty. Oh, look at this. That's a gorgeous green color. They start off very emollient, very creamy, but they dry down like nobody's business. Look, it's already starting to dry. It lasts, okay? Now, when I do makeup remover, it comes off easy, but look at this. Look at this, guys. I've never had an eyeliner that was so creamy, so smooth, that lasted. Like, dry down, doesn't move, doesn't budge until you take it off because you wanted to take it off. These Valentino, I do dare say, these are the best eyeliners I've ever tried, in the sense that they really, they work like eyeliners, especially because I like my eyeliners, when I'm talking eyeliners, not the ones for under the bottom line, like here, like those are more like highlighter liners to me, and I'm okay. That's a separate category, but we're talking about when we're going to replace an eyeliner, a pencil eyeliner, for like a liquid eyeliner. These are fantastic. They have a great tapering. You obviously can sharpen them. They didn't come with sharpeners, unfortunately, but they are so beautiful. Let me just show you a little bit of this one. This is because I already have the brown one on, so I'm just gonna go with the green one here so you can see a little bit there. I really hope they come out with more colors. They have a lot of colors. See the green? They have a lot of colors, but I really, really, really like the ones I selected. If I see more colors that I'm like interested in, I absolutely will get them. But look at that. They are so easy. They are so creamy. They don't tug at your skin. They're very gentle and long wearing. So darlings, I told you in the beginning, everything I picked up, I love. I do love the primer. It gives me a similar soft feeling to my skin like the Chantecaille sunscreen primer. And it doesn't cause peeling with my Elta MD. So if you like Elta MD, and you have issues with other foundations that you use in conjunction with this sunscreen, the Prada will not, there will be no peeling. So it's a really great primer. I really, really love it. And it has no SPF, so I don't have to worry about flashback, which was what I was needing to know because my sister's getting married. You guys know I'm doing her makeup, and I wanted to find a primer to help her makeup last all day. And normally I'll spray my face to give it like a little extra boost of hydration, but look at it. Look at this. I feel like I don't need to do anything to this. Nothing. It just looks healthy, natural, glowing. You know, it's a very neutral color as compared to some other blushes I have. So I could use this as like a bronze, but I now want to try their bronzer because this here is fantastic. And of course, you heard me rave. I love these, the best eyeliners that I've used ever for the top eyeliner if I want to replace my liquid eyeliner. Alright darlings, so tell me, have you tried any of these products? What did you think of the products that I talked about today? Anything here that piqued your interest? I am loving, and it is my goal to find you guys the best products on the market that are worth your money. That's why I don't purchase everything. If I don't think it's going to be worth your money, I don't spend my money. So I have to say all of these products are worth the money. Definitely beautiful. Definitely exactly what I was hoping for, especially for someone who's 40 plus, even 30-year-olds. You know, I was seeing the changes in my skin mid-30s. So darlings, I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you liked the products, and I'm so curious about what you think. But I hope you have a great day, a wonderful week, and I'll catch you in the next one.